So the next and the last mantra of the Vak Sukta. With that we will complete our study of Vak Sukta. Chatvari vak paribhita padani tani vidur brahmana ye manishidaha guhatrini nihitanengayanti Turiyam vacho manusya vadanti. So the straightforward meaning is the speech or Vagdevi divides itself into 4 parts, or it appears as though it is limited in 4 locations. Chatvari means 4, Vak speech, Padani states or place or locations, Parimita, that means they are limited. That means where do you look for the location of speech? In 4 places, and 4 places only. And then who knows all these 4 places? Who knows how to go to those 4 locations and discover this speech? Tani means those 4. Viduhu is known to Brahmanaha, to a Brahmana. So we will define what it is. To a Brahmana, not only just a Brahmana, but ye manishinaha, and those who have mastered their mind. Manishi means mastery over mind. So that means those Brahmanas who have mastered their mind know the location of these 4 places of speech, or the Devi Vak. Out of them, Trini Guha Nihita. 3 of them are hidden in the cave of our person, in the cave. Nengayanti means it is not discovered, it is not found, it is not heard. 3 of those locations where the speech is there is not heard in 3 locations. But those 3 locations are known only to the Manishi Brahmanas, that is those who have control over their mind. Only those Brahmanas know that even those 3 exist. What about the ordinary human beings? Turiyam vacho manushyaha vadanti. That which is in the 4th location only. Turiya means 4th. Prathama, Dvitiya, Tritiya, Turiya. So that which is only in the 4th location, human beings speak. So in other words, we are speaking only from one of the locations of where this Vak Devi, the goddess of speech, is residing. The only person who can know about the other 3, which is this unheard sound, is possible only for those Brahmanas who have mastered their mind. That is the Sthula Artha. That means it is the gross meaning of this mantra. So now let us go into a little more into deep. Now what did we study in the previous mantra? In the previous mantra, at the beginning of creation, when nobody was making a sound, and actually when there was no sound at all. You remember I mentioned the word logos. In fact, the Bible also talks about logos. So that means the first ever manifest sound. Before that, what is manifest sound? Turiyam vachaha. That is a 4th speech, isn't it? 4th location of speech. So even in the beginning of creation, there was hidden the 3 more locations of speech. So who were able to find that? So we saw in the last class, in the last mantra, we saw that this was found by the great rishis. Rishayo manihishinaha. They are also manishis. That means they are also who have mastered their mind. But the difference between this mantra and that mantra is they are rishis and here they are brahmanas. So that is the basic difference. So what is the basic difference? If there is a rishi the Rishi will be able to discover that. That is a status which is much beyond the status of a Brahmana. Or, in other words, a Rishi discovers these things by tapasa shramena. That's what we studied in the last class. By means of tapas, of deep concentration, and then shrama, by means of hard, difficult work, they discovered the even never manifest sound. But here, all the sounds have already manifested because the world has been created and all sounds are already there. What the rishis discovered was the cosmic sound and the cosmic location of the sound. But what we are interested is, where is that sound available within myself? Because we don't have to worry about the cosmic locations of a sound, because the rishis have already discovered that. And not only they have discovered that by their own tapas and effort, tapasa shramena, but they have also given it to us in the form of the Veda. And therefore all that we need to do is study the Veda handed over to us by them. If we were to study the Veda handed over to us by them, then we are able to know and see what they saw. In other words, you get the concept or understanding of the cosmic sounds. But we are not interested in the cosmic sound at this stage, because we are sitting in meditation to discover where is the speech coming from my mouth. I am talking constantly, I am talking. And a contemplative person will also discover that the 90% of all our speech is completely unwholesome. Isn't it? It's not taking us anywhere. It is not uplifting us. It is not uplifting anybody else. It is not uplifting the society. So we spend 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 years all the time speaking. And then the thinking man now will say, what am I talking? We talk so much, but it is not adding any value to our life, isn't it? And therefore, what this manishanaha, that means as soon as a person comes into contact with the mind and discovers that this mind is so disturbed, and because of this sankalpa vikalpakatmaka buddhi, that is what is the nature of the mind. The nature of the mind is constantly taking decision and breaking those decisions. Sankalpa vikalpa. And because of this, speech has not become wholesome. I am only speaking from the fourth location. Chatvari turiyam vachaha manushya vadanti. And therefore, I have to become a Brahmana. By means of yoga, first and foremost, I control my mind. Because yoga is chittavarti nirodha. So I control my mind. It is not enough if I control my mind. And that is, we have to go to the next step. What is the next step? We must become Brahmana. Brahmana means what? Brahma means Veda. Ana means to know. One who knows the Veda is a Brahmana. So it has nothing to do with the birth. So one who knows the Veda is Brahmana means what? What do you know from Veda? From the Veda you discover that those rishis of the past who are also manishis, who have mastered their mind, by means of deep penance tapasa and with great effort shramena, they have discovered this Devi Vak. And therefore they have given us the Veda. By studying the Veda, what happens? You will now discover the cosmic sound that was found by the rishis is known. And therefore you know Veda. Not only you know Veda, but you also, that is, as a Brahmana, you know Veda, but you are also a Manishi, That means you are a master of the mind. Now, this Brahmana is going to discover all my speech is not just coming from one location. What is one location? The one location is through my organs of speech. Organs of speech coupled with what? Coupled with mind. So this superficial mind, because most of the speech that is coming is from the emotional part of the mind, and it is not coming from the intellectual part of the mind. That means from manas only it is coming and not from buddhi. Isn't it? And therefore the Brahmana who has studied the Veda, who knows the Veda, now says, by mastery of the mind, Manishi, I have discovered that mind is incapable of giving good articulation. And therefore, from where can I awaken the perfect articulation of speech? And therefore he will say, because of his Brahmanatva and Manishi, he will discover through the Veda there are 4 locations. It is not just mind coupled with my organs of speech. And therefore, now, what are those 4 locations? He will say. Now we come to the concept of yoga and chakras. There are 4 locations out of the 7 chakras from where the speech arises. The potentiality of speech comes from the Mooladhara chakra, one of the first of the 4 locations, and this is at the base of the spine. And then from the Manipura chakra, which is in the navel, then thirdly from the Anahata chakra, which is in the space of the heart, and in the Vishuddhi chakra, which is in the base of the throat. These are the 4 locations for Vakdevi. Manipura, Mooladhara, Manipura, Anahata and Vishuddhi. These are the 4 locations. Swadhisthana is only a reproductive chakra, therefore no speech is involved in that. Then Ajna chakra, Sahasrara chakra also do not get involved in speech. These are the only 4 chakras that get involved in speech. So what did this Manishinaha Brahmanaha Viduhu, what did this master mind, those who had mastered the mind, what did they know? They found that from the Mooladhara chakra comes the supreme sound called Para. Para means the supreme sound. That is the sound which is not heard at all. And this Para, by then, they came to know, in the Manipura chakra, they visualize the sound. They visualize the sound which will be later on heard as Om. See, what does a Brahmana do, as a Manishi do? He actually sees the sound. This is a revolutionary thought given in our in this mantra. That is, you don't just hear the sound, you actually see the sound. That means it's a vision. So you get the vision of the sound Om in the Manipura chakra, and that vision is called Pashyanti. So in Mooladhara it is Para, in Manipura it is Pashyanti, that is where you visualize the Omkara. In the Anahata chakra you will get the Madhyama or the middle sounds. So these middle sounds are called Aksharas. Akshara means that which does not perish. And therefore they are also called as Matrikas. And these Akshara or Matrikas are very, very subtle. You really don't hear. Because as soon as we say Akshara, you will say A, B, C, D, up to Z. Or you will think it is I, E, up to Ksha. But they are still manifest sounds, Chatvari, that is the fourth one. Here it is a very subtle, but there is a gleaning of hearing also. See, this only Brahmana can, a Manishi Brahmana can be able to, can experience. So then, he comes into the Vishuddha Chakra, which is the manifest sound. It is called Vaikhari. And therefore, a Brahmana, what does he discover? He will discover this speech is in 4 locations of the 4 chakras. And in those 4 chakras, he visualizes a sound as Para, Pashyanti, Madhyama, Vaikhari. And that is why in the Lalita Sahasrama, they talk about Para, Pratyakshti, Rupa, Pashyanti, Paradevata. That's it. Lalita Sahasrama is a commentary on how to discover these 4 locations of sound. So, what is the speech of the human beings? It is the speech of the human beings is only the 4th, which is called Turiya Vak. And the 3 others are hidden. Guhayam Nihita. So what does it mean that it is hiding, that it is hiding, that it is not available, it's not, you cannot hear that? Here you have the word Nengayanti. It comes from the Sanskrit root ing. Root ing means ing kampane is the Panini Sutra, that means vibration. It is only when there is a vibration there can be sound. So how does the universe take place? How does the universe get created? By means of vibrating. That's why it is called as a vibrating universe. If vibration is not there, no sound can be perceived, and therefore you cannot even see things, you cannot even touch anything, there will be no creation whatsoever. So Manishi, Brahmana, what he does is, even though there is no vibration at all in the Mooladhara Chakra, how many of us know that Mooladhara Chakra exists? Or if it exists, that what does it do? Because it's all so subtle. Or Manipura, or Anahata Chakra, what do we know about those chakras as personal experience? And how can we know that the sounds are located there? Vak Devi is located in those 4 locations. Also we do not know. But Manishi Brahmana is able to know those 3 locations. How is the question? We are all Brahmanas. Because to some extent we have learnt the Veda. How to know that? The way to know is called Trisandhya. When you do the 3 times libations, morning Pratasandhya Vandana, morning oblations, afternoon oblations and evening oblations, only that Brahmana who does these 3 libations is able to discover these 3 locations. So as soon as we say when you do Trisandhya, the 3 times libations, libation means offering of water. Here offering of water means contemplation. It is thinking. So what is this libations? In the morning, he contemplates on the sound with the Gayatri, with the Gayatri Chandas. Chandas, we have talked about Chandas quite a lot. It means it is a construction of a mantra of 3 parts, each one consisting of 8 letters. So the 24-lettered Gayatri, by means of conquering the mind, Manishina, and by means of knowing the Veda, and applying the Gayatri power of that Chandas. Chanda means to walk, to move. So it is not just a meter, to move. So you move in steps, or to move in step with the primordial sound. You discover the Gayatri in the morning libations in the Manipura chakra, because para is not seen. You see only one of them. In the Manipura chakra, you will discover with the 24 syllables. In the Madhyana libations, with the Trishtup is 44 syllables, you will discover the sound in Vishuddhi chakra, and in the Sayam Savana, in the evening, with the Jagati Chandas, which is 48 syllables, you will discover it in the mouth. That's why what are the 48 syllables? The 48 syllables is all these letters of the Sanskrit alphabet. So what does the Brahmana do? In the morning when he is offering the libations, he sits in meditation to discover the Om in his Manipura chakra, and in the afternoon contemplation, he will discover the Madhyama, which is the 44 manifestations of the sound, and then thus the Brahmana, committed to jnana, carefully controlling the mind, becoming a Manishi, he will visualize a non-vibrating sound behind the articulated sound Vaikhari. So therefore, what will be the quality of his speech? What will be the quality of speech of such a Brahmana? It will be of the highest quality. His speech is always deeply rooted in the cosmic knowledge. And therefore he is also, first of all, unproductive talk. Such a person minimally speaks. It's not possible for us to exist in the world without some unproductive talk or the other. But it is so minimal. And then all speech is emanating from Omkara, from the Manipura chakra, because he has visualized the Daivi Vak. So this, when Saddha, Tapas, Shrama, being a Manishi and being a Brahmana is there, that person's speech has got the perfect weight. The whole purpose of Vak Sukta is to inspire us to go and discover that. So some other questions also arise, because in all projects that we take, we have a concept called Anubandha Chatushtaya. So we have spoken about this in the introductory, very early talks, Shastra Vichara. If you look at my first talk or second talk in Shastra Vichara, I have given description of what Anubandha Chatushtaya, that is fourfold qualifications are. The fourfold qualifications for studying anything is, first of all, there must be competence called Adhikari, and there must be a subject matter called Vishaya, and there must be a relationship between the subject matter and the person who is pursuing this knowledge called Sambandha. And you should also know what is the outcome, which is Prayojana. All these four are called Anubandha Chatushtaya. In this Anubandha Chatushtaya, what should we do if we only know what is the Prayojana or what is the outcome? And I want that outcome. I don't have anything else. I don't have the other three qualifications. What is the outcome I want? I want my speech to be wholesome. I want my speech to be uplifting. I want my speech to be of substance. So therefore, I appreciate that I should be a person of such quality in my speech. But then I don't have other qualifications. I don't have the qualification of Adhikara, and I don't know what the subject matter is. And since I don't know this, I don't even know how to relate to it. What should I do? This Vak Sukta shows us the way by saying you can do it by tapasa, saddhaya, shramena, manishina. First, control your mind by means of yoga. And once you have some mastery over your mind by means of yoga, by chitta vritti, then what happens? The next thing that will happen is you will be motivated to work hard. Nothing comes easy. First of all, mind control itself is hard. Then, in the conflict of priorities, suppose I ask you to do even 21 Gayatri mantras in the morning, how many will do? So therefore, some shrama is also required, some effort is also required. And when all these efforts are put in, prayojana is capable, we are capable of getting. And therefore, in Anubandha Chatushtaya, we must where do we start? Usually people start with the question, am I competent? We should start with the question, am I interested in the outcome? Prayojana you must see. If I am interested in the outcome, the next question is, how do I become competent? So between prayojana and becoming an adhikari, what is the intermediate step? Intermediate step is first master your mind. And for mastering the mind, you have to do tapas in your own way. So that is why we say, do sandhya, do prayer, do puja. And as soon as we say that, usually what happens, people will say, I am not religious.
It becomes a ritual audience.
They think it's a ritual. But it is sitting not ritual, is going to work not ritual. We always take the same road, we take the same car, we go at the same time, we wear the same kind of clothes. It's all ritualistic only. Who is free from ritual? Only thing is we are not giving that ritual a purpose. And here, Vak Sukta is saying, you can discover the original primordial wisdom in this manner. With this, we conclude the study of the Vak Sukta, so that the purpose is by Shraddha, by Tapasa, by Shramena, let us cut out all noisy speech. So, let us also review the prayojana. Because unless we are very clear about what is the benefit of this tapas, of this shraddha, then we won't commit to that. See, because it's only an intellectual appreciation of Vak Sukta. When the Vaikhari walk comes from the mouth of a Manishi Brahmana, comes from the mouth of a Brahmana, that means he who knows the Veda, and he has also got a control on his mind. When it comes, that speech of the Brahmana, it gives knowledge to the ignorant. So when such a Brahmana speaks to me, every moment of my association with that Brahmana is knowledge. I will be getting knowledge from that person. So knowledge to the ignorant and uninitiated. What if you are already a jnani? You already know everything. To you, this perfected walk gives joy. So there is a benefit even for a jnani Brahmana who has gone through this process. When another jnani Brahmana speaks to him, then to him he gets joy. So when two people come together like this, a Brahmana who speaks this walk, whether it is an ignorant person or a learned person, all these three people or two people come together, what happens? What is the synergy when these two people are together? It results in yajna. It results in worship, not ritualistic worship. It becomes a jnana yajna, isn't it? Because you will be pouring into the fire of jnanajna, of the fire of knowledge, your awareness. So it results in yajna. And when this yajna takes place, what happens? It brings benevolence everywhere. So it is not just blessing for the 2 people or the 3 people sitting together, but into the whole cosmos, it brings benevolence to everybody. So is your purpose of this Shraddha, Tapas, Manishi, what is the purpose? For me to overcome my ignorance. And when I speak to the ignorant in such a way that I inspire the ignorant to overcome ignorance, and when I speak to a knowledgeable, learned person to give that person joy, and in any assembly to inspire worship or a worshipful act. Tell me if there is anything more noble than this when a person speaks. That's where Vak Suktam takes us. And then, of course, interestingly, in the Udaka Shanti mantras, the next sukta is Shraddha Sukta. The beautiful architecture in Udaka Shanti takes you step by step to the highest level of meditation. That is why ultimately you get Shanti. But Shraddha Sukta, I think we have already studied. So you can go back and study, listen to the talks on Shraddha Sukta. After listening to Vak Sukta, you will get that connection. We'll try to put all these things together in some writing so that you will get.
I want to mention something. After coming to Veda class, we've been really enjoying the pujas more because we know the mantras, what they mean.
What they mean.
Getting involved in.
Absolutely. You just get lost in that.
Yeah, you get lost. It's kind of meditation.
You do the Purusha Sukta, Sahasra Shirasha, Purusha. You look at the cosmic man with the 1,000 heads, and you see that every head in the universe is cosmic man's. Sahasrakshas, Sahasrapat. So very good. That is why Yadeva Vidyaya Karoti Shraddhaya Upanishada Tadeva Vidyavattaram Bhavati, says Chandogya Upanishad. Whatever you do with full knowledge of the meaning, Vidyaya, purpose of why you are doing it, Shraddhaya, with total dedication and devotion, Upanishada, by sitting close to its message, Tadeva Viryavattaram Bhavati, that becomes extremely powerful. Puja becomes extremely powerful. Now, tomorrow when you do Sandhya Vandana, you think about this. In the morning you are doing Sandhya Vandana. When you are doing Sandhya Vandana, what are you doing? You are actually awakening the chandas or the movement, step-by-step movement, one step after the other, as you chant the Gayatri Mantra. That the primordial sound without vibration is slowly creating the vibration in you. And that vibration is not limited or corrupted by our emotion. Isn't it? So think about this speech uncorrupted by emotion. What is its quality? It is nothing but Veda. Now the question is, don't I want to speak like that?
But we will have emotions, right?
That is why a little bit of noise is always said. It's okay. Only thing is we can slowly bring them down, right? Yeah. That's why Shanai Uparamet. Shanai Uparamet Prajnaha. What does a wise person do? Slowly bring it into control.